In the heart of ancient Africa, where forests breathe like living spirits and rivers are believed to carry the voices of the ancestors, there existed a village that no outsider was ever allowed to enter. Not because it was hidden, but because it was forbidden. They called it Iloba, the village of silence. And at the center of Iloba was a river. A river that, according to legend, could speak. Welcome to African Tales Arising, where history, myth, and mystery awaken the forgotten stories of Africa. Tonight's tale will make you question everything you know about nature, and the spirits that may still live among us. Iloba was surrounded by dense forests so thick that sunlight touched the ground like broken gold. The people lived simply. No loud celebrations. No outsiders. No wandering beyond the forest boundary after sunset. The elders taught one rule above all: respect the river. For it is not water alone. It is memory. That river was called Ominora, the speaking river. But no one ever claimed to have heard it. At least, not openly. Because those who spoke too much often disappear. Among the villagers lived a boy named Kina, known for asking too many questions. While others bowed their heads when passing the river, Kina would stare at it, listening, waiting. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, Kina made a decision that would change his life forever. He would stay by the river after dark. Despite the warnings, despite the fear. Night fell. The forest became silent in a way that felt unnatural. Even the insects stopped singing. Kina sat near the river bank, holding his breath. Minutes passed. Then hours. Just as he began to doubt himself, the water moved, but there was no wind. The surface of the river formed ripples that looked like patterns that resembled words. Then, a voice. Not loud. Not human. But clear. Kina. He froze. The river knew his name. The river spoke again. You had disturbed what should not be disturbed. Kina trembled. Who are you? The water darkened. Images began to rise from the surface. Like memories trapped beneath. He saw a village burning long ago. A pact made between elders and unseen spirits. A sacrifice offered to protect Iloba from destruction. A promise that the truth would never be spoken again. The river was not just water. It was a seal. A living boundary between the world of humans and something far older. The voice grew heavier. Every generation, one is chosen to forget, so the village may live. Kina's heart pounded. He finally understood. Iloba survived because it erased its own truth. The missing villagers. They were not lost. They were chosen to become part of the river's memory. The river became still. Then it spoke one final time. You now carry the truth. You have two choices. The water split into two paths, one glowing softly showing Kina returning home, forgetting everything. The other dark and endless showing him stepping into the river. Never returning. Forget. Or become part of what remembers. Kina cried. Because both choices meant losing himself. At dawn, villagers found Kina's clothes by the river bank. But there were no footprints. No struggle. No sound. Only the river. Flowing as always. Calm. Silent. Watching. To this day, elders of Iloba refuse to speak of what happened. But some say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely to certain rivers across Africa, you may hear your name being called back. Softly. Patiently. As if something beneath the water remembers you. And that is tonight's tale on African Tales Arising. If you enjoyed this story, remember, some truths are not meant to be discovered, only respected. Until next time, stay curious, stay wise, and listen closely to the stories the land is still telling.